Right, so hello everybody and welcome back to today's video. And in today's video I'm just going to show you what problems we've got right now with the weather. So behind me, hopefully you can see there, just there, that is our second cut. So we've actually done our second cut, and I'm going to try and put this video out there before I put the videos on out and doing second cut. So like I was just saying, sorry, I just had to deal with a phone call from James. We've got a cow, a heifer that had just calved. Well, we carved her like less than an hour ago, and she's not mothering the calf, so we've got to go and sort that out in a bit. But it's the evening after we finished second cut, so there's our second cut stack just there. I'm not going to tell you the exact number we've had because I'm going to leave you to guess in the videos when I put them on how many bales we're going to get. But we have a very similar crop to last year, which last year wasn't a normal year, and this year isn't a normal year. Last year we had a really dry spring and a really dry summer. This year we had an alright spring, it was wet enough for the grass to grow, better than last spring, but not this year. We've had a dry summer. Since about the middle of June we have had next to no rain, and I'm just going to show you some of the fields. Well, this one of the fields the cows are grazing right now. So this is what the cows are grazing right now. It's pretty much dead grass. Ignore my shadow. I mean, there's old thistle down here, but apart from that, it's pretty much dead grass. That's what they are grazing. So I've got my drone with me. I'll shoot that up in a minute and you can have a look at the state of the fields, and it's not pretty. We've just finished second cut today. The crop, like I say, was very similar to last year, but that is our last field of grass. We've got nothing shut up for silaging now. Normally we will be silaging into August, September. At the minute we're praying, fingers crossed, that we're going to get some rain, because we are still a little bit short on where we should be for silage. We could do about 300 bales more than what we've currently got. So I'm praying on another cut if we can get a bit of rain. I've got some fertiliser and some slurry to get out now that we've finished silaging, but I've never been in this situation before where we've had no grass to shut up at the end of July for silage. Never. We've always had fields shut up for like second cut. Now that we haven't got, we've done second cut earlier because of the dry weather. It was burning back, which basically means the field was turning brown like this. And the nutritional value of that is just plummeting by the day. But not only that, currently our cows are grazing across 250 acres. The milk cows are 250 acres they've got to graze, and they've got next to no grass, and we're having to buffer feed grass as well. Not buffer feed grass, buffer feed silage. That's not normal. Last year we were having to do it, but we had some fields shut up for silage, and we were trying to keep shut up, if that makes sense. This year we've got nothing shut up for silaging, and we're still buffer feeding them. I'll just show you the cows now because they're only through this gate. It's after afternoon milking right now, so they have probably eaten up, and I won't go over to them because it'll just end up upsetting them. They'll think that we're going to get food, which I'm not going to give them food. But when they're grazing such a vast area, 250 acres is not a small area. It's quite a large area, and they've got access to all of that, and there's not enough grass for all that, if that makes sense. So if the camera will focus, there's the cows. They're grazing what little grass there is. There is a ring feeder just over there, and then that's a slurry pit there, but the back of that there's the yard, and there's two ring feeders on that with silage in. They will have eaten that up by now, and they'll not get any more till tomorrow morning. But I've got my drone with me, so I'm going to shoot that up, and you can have a quick nosy to have a look and see what state the fields are in, because it's not pretty, not for this time of year, but not a normal, like I already said, it's not a normal year. But last year, this summer is very much a repeat of last summer. Well, it feels like it, apart from the fact that we've had a good spring, which means we've made plenty of first cut, which is there. First cut's there, second cut's there. So we've made more first cut than we normally did last year. Probably what we would normally make in a normal year, but second cut, very disappointing. And I'll just point out that only about 3/4 of that stack is actually second cut. The very back of that's first cut, because we made that much first cut. But is this going to be the new normal? I don't know. It's quite worrying if it's going to be, because normal to me would have been like 2 years ago when we had a really good crop of second cut. We had a really good first cut, and we had a really good second and a really good third cut. Whereas this year we've had a really good first cut, but quite a poor second cut. But what we have made second cut is ooh la la, bloody lovely stuff. It smelt nice. It was very dry, which is not necessarily a good thing, not always a good thing, shall I say. But I think in this case it was quite a good thing, and it smelt beautiful. Yeah, enough of me waffling on. Let's get this drone up, and I'll show you the state of the fields, because you currently can't tell the difference between the fields that we've cut for silage. Well, there is a little bit of difference, and the fields that the cows are grazing, because nothing's green anymore, it's just brown.
Take off. Home point updated.
Right, so hopefully you've seen from them drone shots just how dry things have been. Some of the last fields you saw on them drone shots were the fields that we cut for second cut silage about 10 days ago. 8 days ago. Now, normally, if we'd have taken second cut off them about 8 days ago, I'd like to see them fields looking greening back up. They're not doing. Because we just had no rain. We've had like a month, over a month probably now, with no rain. We've probably had a little odd shower here and there. When we were baling the last bit of first cut, which was just over there, we did have a heavy downpour, which wasn't even forecast. And I think that was honestly the last bit of rain we had, and that's over 3 weeks ago now. But like most of the fields just going brown, there's not very much nutritional value in that for the cows to produce milk off. But like I'm just saying, them fields cut 8 days ago, they're not greening back up. We've not had animals over there grazing them. They've not grazed those fields. Never been touched. Since we baled it a week ago today, it's never been touched. Never been in. We've not been in there with a tractor or nothing. And it makes fertiliser pretty much useless, because fertiliser will only be any good if it rains to wash it into the ground. Otherwise it just sits on top of the ground and does bugger all. But enough of me waffling on, and I'm not making this video to be a moaning farmer. I'm really not. I'm just trying to point out the situation at the minute, which is really dry. We're in a drought. We have got plenty of first cut. We have got a few bales of last year's first cut left, which we are feeding to the cows right now, but in a matter of probably 2 weeks we'll be feeding this year's first cut if we don't get any rain. Maybe a little bit longer, depends if we can lengthen it out a little bit. See how long we can hold off, because normally we don't start feeding this year's first cut until about September, October. If we want to start feeding it in August, it's not ideal, but we can work something out. And I'm like I'm saying, no one wants to be the moaning farmer, hit on here to moan or anything like that. I'm not about that. I'm just trying to point out that this is the weather. We've not had any rain for nigh on 3 weeks, and looking at the weather forecast, there's very little rain coming in the forecast, so we're in a little bit of a sticky situation. But anyway, like I say, second cut silage videos coming up very, very soon. Look out for that. Remember to have a guess on how many bales you think there'll be when I've mowing it and baling it, because I do like reading the comments, seeing who gets it right. Because I like to have a guess as well, but I don't always get it right, and I'm the one mowing the field. But anyway, enough of me waffling on. Look out, please remember to like and subscribe, and you'll see the videos of second cut silage which are coming up. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all hopefully again in my next one, which, like I say, you'll be going back in, which will be me going back in time to when I was mowing second cut, which is currently sat there in bales. But you'll be seeing it mown and baled. But anyway, see ya. But I will just point out, because someone's bound to say it, you're overstocked, that you've got too many cows and not enough land. Well, I've already said near the start of this video that we're milking about 190 at the minute, and they're roaming across 250 acres they've got to graze. Anyone that's in farming knows that 250 acres is more than enough for that amount of cows. It's just the lack of rain which is making the lack of grass growth.